Hello everyone, my name is Katora. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy you're here. So it's summertime and I don't know about you, but for me that means that it's mango season and it's time to go to town on some ripe, juicy, sweet, delicious mangoes. And what better way to celebrate the season than with a sweet, tangy, delicious and refreshing mango pie. Yes. Today's video is actually sponsored by my dad in Winsbert. He grew these mango trees from seed and loved and cared for them, and he's finally enjoying the fruits of his labor this season. So thank you, Winsbert, for sponsoring this video. But if you can't get your hands on some hand-picked mangoes, that's okay. Grab some from the grocery store. It's going to be sweet and delicious just the same. So stick with me and I will share with you how I make this recipe. To make this recipe, go ahead and start with some digestive biscuits like I'm using. In my case, it's Parley G. If you don't have these, that's okay. Use some graham crackers. Those work just as fine, if not better, in my opinion. So go ahead and throw those into a Ziploc bag, seal it up, and go to town. Take your frustrations out. Get those graham crackers into a nice fine crumb. Add them into a bowl along with half a teaspoon, or just shy of half a teaspoon in my case, of ground cardamom. I used 10 cardamom pods and I grind it up with my mortar and pestle. It adds a beautiful, fragrant flavor to the pie crust. So you're going to want to stir to distribute all the spice. Then go in with 1 stick of melted butter. Of course, the full recipe for this video will be in the description box below. So go ahead and stir to distribute all the melted butter within your crumbs. Then you're going to want to distribute the mixture, the graham cracker crust, into 2 aluminum pie tins. I'm using aluminum in my case. It works just as fine. It makes cleanup easier. First, I'm going ahead and pressing the graham cracker mixture along the edges. Then I'm using the flat of my palm to really set it into the bottom. You do want it to be quite firmly placed in there, as you can see. Next, you're going to want to pop these into the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes until it is a light golden brown. So moving on to the life of the party. Here are my dad's mangoes, juicy mangoes that I peeled and roughly chopped, and I threw them into my blender. And you're gonna want to blitz them until it's very smooth like this. And in a stand mixer, I added in 4 egg yolks. You can also use a hand mixer or a whisk. If you got it, you might get a little workout though, that's okay. So we're going to add to the egg yolks 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. And you're gonna wanna blitz this on medium-high speed until the mixture kind of changes in color slightly and becomes a little bit thicker like this. So good. So to the mangoes, I added the juice of 2 limes to the mix, as well as the zest of both of those limes. Stir to combine. That zest and juice adds a really delicious zinginess to our mix. So I added in half a cup of heavy whipping cream and then I stirred. And here are my pie crusts. Once they came out of the oven, I let them cool for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to go in and distribute my pie mix between both of these. Doesn't that look so good and creamy? Oh my gosh. I wish I could make this again. It was so good. Actually, I'm going to make it again. So I went ahead and popped these into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, just until the outside is set, but the inside is still a little bit jiggly. So the final touch is our whipped topping. I went ahead with 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and I whipped it up until I got these beautiful soft peaks. Put the whipping cream into a Ziploc bag. I snipped off a little edge with my scissors, and this is my makeshift piping bag that I'm going to go ahead and pipe 8 luscious little, what do you call these? Little swirls of whipped cream onto the pie. Oh my gosh, it was the perfect, refreshing, creamy little bit on top of the pie. It was so good. Oh, and once the pies actually came out of the oven, I let them cool completely, and then I put them into the fridge for about an hour before I added the whipped topping. And guess what? That's it. I served this up to my family after dinner, and my dad, look at his happy face. He was so excited. He loved it. And I know that you all will too. Leave a comment. Let me know if you try this recipe, how it goes for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.